In this video, I'm going to show you how easy it is to create custom sublimation puzzles and bookmarks. And here are the sublimation puzzles that I'm going to be using for this. These are specified for adults because they are tiny little patterns on here. I'll get one of these out so that you can see the pattern. And I'm also going to be putting sublimation prints on these MDF bookmarks. This blue on here is protective coating, so I will be taking that off. And there are two sizes here, so I'm going to be getting started. And here it is out, and these pieces are nice and small. This will be a great puzzle for the design that I chose. This protective film is very easy to get off, so I'm going to peel these and get my design started. So a few things you're going to want to do first is measure your blanks. You want to make sure that you're able to get your design on them properly. So that's what I'm doing here. I am measuring all of my blanks before I go to designing. So you are also going to need sublimation paper, sublimation printer with sublimation ink. You're going to need a heat source. I'm going to be using a heat press. And you are going to need some heat resistant tape, some protective paper to go on these, and you're going to want some heat resistant gloves or something to keep the heat off of your hands. I'm going to start with the sublimation puzzle first. So I'm in Canva and I brought this heart in and I have it measured. You can see here about 7 3/4 by 7 3/4 roughly, a little bit bigger here. Again, pull it in here on the side. I got it roughly at 7 3/4 inches because when I go to bring my design in, I want to make sure that it is in the center of this heart. I'm taking the heart out. It's just a visual layout for creating this design. So I'm going to squash that in there a little bit. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this paper in. I found this paper on Creative Fabrica. So I brought that into my design. And then I also made these adorable strips, these photo strips of an engagement. And so this is also a template from Creative Fabrica. And I'll show you here. I got my pictures here. You just take your images and you slide them right in to the design, and then you can edit them as well, move them up and down. So I already did this and I brought it into my Canva template or my Canva here. So I uploaded them. So here are the images. So I want to add these images to the design. So I'm going to go to position here and I'm going to go to layers and I am going to bring the heart on top so that when I'm layering these images, I can see where they're going to be, because everything outside of this heart will not be on the puzzle. So I just want to make sure that I get my images in here. So now I'm going to go to my uploads here and I'm going to bring the next one in. That would be this one. And I'm going to shrink it down a little bit, get it in here, get it so that they're pretty much even. I just want to make sure that these are on the heart for sure. So I'm going to get that in. And the last one will be this one. And I'm going to bring this in and put it up here next to the other two, get it centered here a little bit, which doesn't really matter because it's going to be centered on the puzzle. So, oops, got to go to my layers again and position and my layers. And it popped it out on me. Let's bring that back in. Here it is. All right. So now I'm going to actually change the color, if I can, of this background. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but let's give it a try here. We'll change the color of the frame because it's going to blend in with our background here, but I am a little worried that if I do this, it's going to take the color out of the picture. So maybe I'll just leave this for now. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and I'm going to layer this heart and I'm going to send that all the way to the back because I don't want that right now. But now you can see the pictures are on our design here. Now I'm going to go this background picture here and I'm going to hit edit here and I am going to make this less bright or brighter, I should say, so that we can see all of these frames real nicely in there. So I think that's really cute. And I think it's going to be a tough puzzle to put together, kind of fun. Let's zoom in here a little bit. I don't want that touching right there. Oh, that's the tree, I guess. So, all right. So now I've got that image ready. So I'm going to download that. That's what's going to be on our puzzle heart. Raise my DPI up here. And I don't need a transparent background for this, but I'm going to download it as a PNG and I'll call this engagement. And now I'm going to share, download this. And now we can start on our bookmarks. And so I'm going to go and I'm going to do a custom size here. That heart is roughly 7 3/4 inches. So I made it a little bit bigger than that so that it overlaps. So one of the bookmarks is, I'm going to do it in inches here, and I am going to do it it's about 1 inch by 5.75. And so I'm going to do the 5.75 here. Actually, I'm going to go 6 inches by 1.2 for 1.2, not 2.2, 1.2. And now I'm going to create this design and see how it's long and skinny. And I went into Creative Fabric and I found these cute books. They're actually books that I think would look really cute on a bookmark. Now this is a two-sided bookmark. So I am going to add another page here. I really don't like that one with the little girl in there. So I'm going to get this image out. I didn't look at that close enough. Get that out. And let's bring in this one. This looks like it's got little things in there too, but that's kind of cute. So I'll keep that one. Just reading, and bring it in. Get it in there just right. Get the books in there the way I want it. Now I'm going to add a page because, like I said, this is two-sided. So the next one, bring this one in. And I'm going to upload that, bring it up. That's kind of cute. Make it smaller so that more fits in there. All right. That's cute. All right, so let's bring this up, bring it over, kind of get the little girl centered a little bit. And up a little bit higher. All right, so now we've got our large bookmark. And so now I'll download this. Let's see, download. I'm going to have a transparent background and raise my DPI up. And I am just going to download that. Now we're going to start another one because the other bookmark is 1 inch by 3 3/4. So I'm going to go to custom size here and we're going to do width. It's 1, so I'm going to go 1.2. Whoops, I have to change this to inches first. You can use whatever you want for your measurements, but I'm going to be using inches. So I'm going to go 1.2 again, so making it bigger. And I'm going to go 4 inches because it's 3 3/4. So now I'm going to create my new design here. And in my uploads, I also brought these images in, which again are from Creative Fabrica, and I think they're just stunning bookmark looking images. So I'm going to bring this one in. I thought this would be so pretty for a Bible bookmark. So I'm going to center that. And now I'm going to duplicate the page because, again, we want to make sure it's flying around in there. All these AI images, you got to really look at what you got in there. But I guess that looks like angels. That's fine. So I'm going to add another page. And let's use this one maybe this time. That's pretty. All right, gonna lower this down. Creative Fabric has tons of pre-made bookmarks that you just make them to the size that you want them. So now I'm going to download this one as well. I'm going to share this design. I'm going to download it. And now I'm going to open a Word document because I typically print from Word. So I'm going to have to open two Word documents. So I am going to open up this one first, and I'm going to go to layout, and I'm going to leave it at portrait, and I'm going to leave it at 8.5 by 11, but I'm going to switch my margins to 0 here so that I can insert the picture that I created for our puzzle first. I'll do the puzzle first here. Let's get into my downloads. And here is the puzzle image. So I'm going to do wrap and through here just so that I can move it and get it centered nicely on my page. I'm not going to add, so I'm going to go to here to my document again. And I'm going to change my layout margins to 0 again. And now I'm going to insert the pictures for my bookmarks. And I'm going to do wrap and through on these so that I can move them on the page so that they're not so tight together. I'll get this one as well here. Wrap and through. Now I can move them around on the page. And now I'm going to get the other two bookmarks in here. So I'm going to go back and find those as well. Go back to my downloads. And here they are. Bring these two in. And again, I'm going to do the wrap and through and move it. Oh, my other one didn't come in, so I got to find that one. So I wonder if I did 1 or 2. So this one needs to come in yet. All right. And again, wrap and through. And now to print these, I'll start with my other design first here. So I'm going to go to File and Print. And I'm going to be using my Epson EcoTank 2840 that I've converted over to sublimation printing. I will have a link below for how I did that. And then under printer properties, I'm going to go to premium presentation paper mat. I'm going to use high quality. And then under more options, I am going to turn bidirectional printing off, and I am going to mirror my image. And then under image options, I am going to emphasize more and emphasize thin lines. That's just a preference of mine. And so now this one is ready to print, and I'm going to do the same thing with our other designs. So I will catch you on the printer side. I am using A-Sub 125 gram sublimation paper for this project. So while my prints are printing, I am setting up my heat press. I'm going to be using the HTV Ront Auto Heat Press 2. Now these puzzles called for 375 degrees or 374 degrees Fahrenheit for 50 seconds. So I have got my temperature set to 375 because these go up in 5-degree increments. And I've got it set for 50 seconds. And I'm going to be pressing these with good firm pressure. I do have a silicone pressing mat that I really, really like on my heat press mat. I do suggest if you're pressing things like these puzzles and bookmarks that you get this silicone mat. And I'll have a link to that in my Amazon store as well. So here is my print for the puzzle. And I'm just putting the puzzle on top just so that you can see how well it lined up on here. Now, obviously, the print is going to be on top of it like this because I will get this centered now. And I like to tape my print right onto the paper after I get it lined up on my puzzle. So I'm going to get this ready so that we can get this puzzle pressed. Now you can see that I have taped my image in place on top of my puzzle, and I have protective paper underneath, so I taped it right onto the protective paper. We're almost up to temperature. As soon as it gets up there, I'll get this started. All right, so we are up to temperature, so I'm going to get this pushed in and press it for 50 seconds. And our press is almost complete. All right, so let's take a look and see. There it is. I'm going to give it a few seconds to cool down, but I am going to take a quick peek here and reveal. Oh, it turned out so beautiful. So I'll get this uncovered. Oh, it took the sublimation ink so well. It looks amazing. I put it back on its cardboard here, and I'm going to put it back in the cellophane, but I just wanted to go over this and show you the detail and how good this turned out, because it is reflecting so well because it's so shiny. The bookmarks didn't come with a suggested time and temperature, so I am going to be doing 385 degrees Fahrenheit for 60 seconds on each side, because that's typically what I do for MDF. And here are our bookmark images, so I will get these prepped onto the bookmarks with heat-resistant tape. So here is the first one. So I've kind of got the bookmark sandwiched between here, and I have the heat-resistant tape very carefully so that it's not touching our image or our bookmark. So let's hope I have that on there just right. So I'm going to press each side for between 50 and 60 seconds. I might flip it at 50 seconds. So here we go with the first press. So I am going to stop it here with 10 seconds left because it's heating from both ends. And so let's take a peek here. All right, so now I'm going to carefully flip it over. Ooh, it's hot. Use your protective gloves. And now I'm going to press it again for 45 to 50 seconds. So I'm almost to 45 seconds here. That's 45. So I'll go to 50 and stop. So I did 50 seconds on each side. So let's see how it looks. There it is. So hopefully I had this on. It's too hot for me to uncover right now, but hopefully I covered the whole bookmark so I don't have any white space, but I gotta take a peek. I can't resist. Oh, it looks good. It's super hot, but it did turn out really, really cute. I did have a little bit of the white showing on the other side, but not too terribly bad. I need to line up better this time. All right, and here we go with the shorter one here. So I'll get this one pressed. I'll do it again the same, 50 seconds on each side. I did much better lining this one up. There is no white outline. Wow, these took the ink so well. The detail is just amazing. So let's get our tassels on these and be done. And here is our finished products. I just love the puzzle, the engagement puzzle. I think that is so cute. And here are the bookmarks with their beautiful tassels. It comes with the tassels. So this is absolutely beautiful. Thanks for watching my video. Please subscribe to my channel, see links below, and leave me a comment.